Hi, my name is Sammy Anderson. I am making a complaint and a comply and maybe a petition against Judge Norris Rideaux. He is of the Justice of Peace out of Grand Prairie, Texas, Precinct 4. I'm asking that anyone who's ever had any issues with him, that you file a grievance against him, that you also ask for his resignation. It is very important that when we have justices and people who do not work and people who do not do their jobs, that we ask them to step down. That is our right as a United States citizen. Judge Rideaux overstepped his power today. He showed me that he doesn't have to be a fair and partial judge. Today, what he did is I had a trial set up for Texas Cat Academy where they had sold me a car that didn't work. I never took possession, but they kept the money. And I had a trial by jury. That trial by jury was there to hear my case, and I have a right, based on the 14th Amendment, to have my case heard by the peers, by peers of my own peers, and that right was taken away. It was stripped completely away. I was asked, along with the defendant, to come into Judge Rideaux's chambers. Upon coming into his chambers, we were forced to basically talk about the case in front of Judge Rideaux. But before that, upon coming into his chambers, he introduced himself, and then he walked over to the guy from Texas Cat Academy. He opened the guy's jacket up. The guy had on a polo, it had Texas Cat Academy on it. He basically talked about what a nice shirt it was. And that, I think, was a signal at that point of which way that case was going to go. Because I think he knew directly who this guy was, and he was biased from the very beginning. From the moment he sat down in his chambers, the only thing he talked about was basically dismissing my case and throwing my case out. He talked about the fact that I had an open and shut case, but I showed him a paper showing that that my contract had been amended. I supposed to have had a credit. From that point, he advised their attorneys that if I didn't serve the right person, that they had a right to have my case thrown out. He allowed them to do all the talking. He refused to allow me to talk at all. He refused to allow me to present any information at all. He let them do all of the talking. And then when I asked if I could intervene to speak about things that they were saying about me and saying about the case, at that point, he told me that if I even spoke another word, even said his name, he would have me arrested for 3 days, even though I hadn't violated anything, even though I had disrespected his chambers, hadn't said anything out the way. And he still basically threw my case out. That was his intent from the very beginning. He knew who the people were from Texas Cat Academy. He showed favoritism, and he wanted to find reason and probability of throwing my case out, and that's what he did. These type of judges, we cannot have in power because he's not about the people, and justice is supposed to be for the people. I've always taught my kids that the justice system was fair and it was impartial. But I found out today that the story I've been telling my kids is a lie. And so at this point, I'm very disappointed in our justice system, and that's why I'm speaking out today, and that's why I'm putting this before anyone who's had a problem with Judge Rideaux out of Grand Prairie, that you guys petition, get him fired, get him removed at all costs, because this type of injustice cannot be allowed. It shows that he can be bought. It shows that he has no character about justice. Justice is for the people. It's to find out what is true and what is right, and therefore that allows everybody to come in and present their case. That didn't happen today, and I'm very, very, very concerned about the fact that this man can sit in office and make these type of decisions without ever being challenged about the things he's doing. It shows me that he's a judge who can be bought, and a judge like that is very dangerous to our community, because you have so many people who come in who need to know that if they bring a case before the courts, it can be fair and it can be just. That didn't happen today, and that's why it is very important that we speak out as a people and we get Judge Rideaux, Precinct 4, removed, effective today. And that's why I'm asking everyone to petition. Today it must happen. We must stop sitting idly by. I know I've said idly by. I believed in the justice system. I tried to. But today I found out that there is no justice if we do not have the right people in place. Judge Rideaux is not one of those people. He do not speak for us. He do not represent fairness and justice. So in all, you can reach out to me on my Facebook, Sammy Anderson. My phone number, you're welcome to that as well. It is 469-671-8964. I will answer whatever question you have, whatever advice you want to give to me. I'm here, but it's time for us to stop sitting idly by and allowing these type of things to happen. Thank you for listening to me today. Thank you. I hope that this pushed you to do some things that you've never done before, and that's to take an active, corrective action in our legal system and justice. And that means that even if it's not this judge, if it's another judge that you're having problems with, if it's another case that you feel like that you haven't gotten fair justice in, there is judicial systems where you can file complaints regarding these judges. We have to stop sitting idly by and letting them just pretend to play God or pretend to play judge, jury, and prosecutor all in one. That is why we have juries. That is why we have a right to be or have a case heard by the peers of people of our peers. So again, I thank you again for listening. I thank you for tuning in. You can reach me. I'm also on LinkedIn. Anything you would like to send to me, you can send any information to Sammy18Anderson at hotmail.com. Thank you. Have a great day.